Hey everyone, today we're playing My Sweet Housemate, a horror comedy game. So you already know we're gonna have a great time with it. We may get eaten, but you know, that's okay. The dev actually personally reached out and was like, yo, you want a code for this? And I said, hell yeah. So here we are. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we're on Zillow, and we're not on Zillow. We're looking for renting, I think. Oh, now let's check out $5.50 a month. Okay. I see you. A single, shared kitchen, shared bathroom, no deposit. Sounds good. 1 room in an apartment, no deposit, 1 year minimum 10. Okay, so we're already starting out great. Can we log out? Get out of here. No, leave. We must be living in a college town with 0 practical housing. And we're being taken oh my goodness. Oh, hi. Hey. Oh, I am a he, him. All right, let's see. You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that's clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened up a couple I know, Google Chrome, you know, 3 tabs and you're on liftoff. Anyone else would probably find this old worn down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have the luxury of complaining. In fact, it might be the softest thing you ever sat in all oh. Oh, we are extremely lonely. We are so depraved of human touch. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months nearly. You're okay. Oh god, okay. In 11 months, your homelessness, the housing prices only went up, making it practically impossible to find anything affordable at this point. Make sure to vote this November. You frantically searched every housing website, hoping to at least get some shitty old room, but nothing was even nearly a price range. But this listing was everything you could ask for. You were thinking whoever was up there in the sky or down there in the pits of hell that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Sure, it's shady as hell. No deposit, no required credit history. There aren't even any pictures, and as a chair on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. Okay, it really is POV. You're in college for real. If anything, you're almost entirely sure that's probably some old shed, or even worse, a human trafficking. Wow, okay, just... yeah. But you already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you go insane if you have to spend another night on the streets. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything better than that. Oh, my rose toy. You swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing website. Oh. You impatiently lock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate your email app and anxiously start reading. It's an email sent by whoever has posted the room listing. The first thing you note is the ridiculous length. Of what? It's short. Oh. Too short. Uh-oh. That is so sad. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Plum and B.R. Sang Kim, the name of the original poster. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. Bitch, we gone. Okay, let's go. Squeezing your lip. Which ones? With rising guilt, you quickly grab the drink and the cold remnants, putting it back down and storming out the diner. Will this finally be the day that ends your homelessness life for good? You find yourself in front of the apartment, trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how you might somehow manage to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you're in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady old building, but it turned out to just be some average apartment complex. Apartment. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, then... complete silence. That silence gets quickly interrupted, though, as you hear some faint footstep behind the door. The door's open. You jolt at the sound of a man's voice coming from inside the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. You replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on your way here that the sight of the ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything that you could have come up with. There's no one in sight, so you just default to the polite stance in front of the door entrance, not even daring to make a single step. Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels go through the roof. You have to make a good impression. You won't have another chance like this, you know. Plum, hey. You almost jump as tall slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway you're in. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy he appears to be, albeit you're not in any position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. Straight? That is so sad. If your eyesight was just a little bit worse, you would have even thought he just had 2 big holes for eyes. What? Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that his eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste, before you realize that it's your cue to respond. Oh, I guess that's me. Wrong name, actually. How'd you guess? Are you a psychic? That would indeed be me, sir. Yeah, I like the energy that this brings. Aye, Captain. "'Tis me, Plum." This man looks at you in utter confusion for what feels like a minute before hesitantly speak. You know, he's hating. You know, he doesn't feel the fantasy. "Well, my name is Sungmin Kim. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But my first name is just fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen." The man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen, and you're left with no choice but to follow him. As you step into the kitchen, and once again get temporarily stunned by how normal everything looks. Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use the space to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Speaking of photos, you thank heavens for the millionth time today. If Sungmin had put pictures in the apartment, this would have been gotten snatched before you could even apply. You don't know if that was pure laziness or simple lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Now, if you just look through the papers and sign the places marked. Huh? The paper's on the table. It's the contract. Wait, is that it? This can't be it, right? He won't even ask for any additional info? If you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously up front, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay longer, I'll probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack, though. But if you're not interested, that's fine, too. But then I appreciate it if you got... No! No, I'll sign. I'm interested. Clearly, this man is not all too concerned about who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't have put the empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment, the rent's something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. Sure, Jan. You quickly grab the papers, slightly trembling hands as you read through them. After making sure that it really isn't some part of human trafficking ring, you take the pen laying... Why would the contract say, like, you are, like, legally signing away your rights to be human trafficked? Take the pen lying on the table and find the marked spot of Sungmin mentioned. Plum Soda. Hey, you wrote your name incorrectly. Oh, it's no big deal. You just have to rewrite it. Oh, I have to, like, okay. First name only basis. Okay. My bad. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Sungmin. He quickly goes through them and he nods at you. Great, your room is one opposite of the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. Right. The man in front of you feels around his he's hey. For a brief second before putting his hand into one of them and taking some... What are you taking out, Sungmin? Hey! Here's the key. Here's the key to what? You still can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. Hell yeah! Still somewhat stupefied, you follow Sungmin back to the entrance where he proceeds to put his shoes on, shoes that look as scruffy as he is, and then stands straight in front of the door. As straight as slouched back allows him to anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly, and don't let strangers in. I'm not a kid. I at least know this much. Right. Well, make yourself at home, okay? So I have to keep it 100. I would like go through his stuff. Not obviously, but I would do a little bit. I would do a little bit of peeking in his room, you know, see what's going on. I did it. I really did. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sungmin said, is opposite of the bathroom. Surprised to find that it's actually fully furnished, bed and desk included. Ow! Okay, Sungmin, I see you! At this point, you won't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed has its own bed sheets, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I'll be so pissed. But it isn't. And you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack always glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. Take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards the new bed and look at it with rising temptation. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall into the fresh bed sheets. So soft and all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the year was all poured into this one day. Who knows, maybe in the future you'll even be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier, and by the time you realize you open your eyes, a few minutes have already passed. Luckily though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, you let yourself fall into a deep slumber. How deep is that slumber? When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long ass time. Oh shit! Right, Sungmin said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening. You feel a sense of anxiety build up in your throat. Oh. Sungmin, we can help fix that as you check your time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. Crap! Will you slightly curse yourself for being so careless? You get off the bed. You get off. You get the bed off. And start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if he really cared, he would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked your room or anything. Yeah, relax, calm down. He's here. You can clearly make out some footstep sounds and moving noises coming from the outside of your room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet. Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway, and then you crash into him. Oh, surprisingly, the hallway looks really different when it's dark. Very different from the plastic perfect filming you were just witnessing earlier. You don't spend much time mulling over the perception of the hallways, though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. The sounds are coming from there, too. You don't have a Sherlock to deduce this Sungmin is in there, so not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Don't go towards the light, baby. Wait, what? This can't be. Well, oh my god, your apron's so fierce, Diva. I don't mind, you know. What the hell? Oh, hey. This can't be that, right? Come on, Plum, you're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. You know, Halloween is just in a month. He's just really needs to feel the fantasy. Let's do that. Are you one of those people who get ready for Halloween in the spring? Those are Halloween decorations, right? No, these are real human body parts. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. Oh, come on, you were supposed to agree with me. Oh, sorry. This is just a weird-looking pig. Okay, I appreciate it. And you just started thinking you lucked out with this apartment. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal serial? If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise against it. Next thing you'll know, it'll be your leg on the cutting board. You just gotta get out of homelessness, and you're about to die to some cannibal. Serial murder in the pink apron now. You do understand that if I get arrested, you'll no longer be able to stay here, right? True. You're so real for that. Actually, that's facts. Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sungmin, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No, you don't, Mr. Plum. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to a random suspicious listing and sign contract all on the same day. Yeah, real. So you did it on purpose. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice would be to return to life on the streets. It'd be silly to think police would help you in your situation too. Man, what the hell? Are you going to eat it? Yes. Oh, it's too much meat though, so I'm just gonna store it for the future. I don't get much tender meat often, so it'd be a pity if it went to waste. What are you supposed to do now? Do I really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, you shudder at the memories. Shit. Anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And like, don't eat me. Deal. I mean, you can eat me out. It might take a while, and as you can see, it's really messy, so let's talk about your payment tomorrow. Well, you probably better go no gloves. I just noticed that. Okay. Unless you want to watch. No thanks. Well, see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. I mean, I'd watch. I'd be curious. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight, but surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. The next few days, you're still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police find you and will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to really, you have to go back to the streets? I feel like you'd be going to jail. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment, you don't even see him at all much. Your shifts typically start early morning and end somewhere during daytime or evening, depending on the day. So you thought that you would at least catch him coming home. And despite all that, you don't ever see him leave the apartment. His shoes are already gone by the time you wake up. 3 weeks pass by without noticing, and still, you can count the amount of times you cross paths with Sungmin on your one hand. What that one hand gonna do? Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, what your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. But that aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof over your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance to get robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy, and so on. You hate to admit, but you really don't regret staying here even a bit. You condemn what Sungmin does, but considering you're really not exposed to it in any way, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out, if he's ever found out, slowly leaves your mind. Surprisingly, even your funds start to look better now, and you're able to take more hours and leech off Sungmin's Wi-Fi I see you. Hell, you even start considering getting a second job. Everything seems too good to be true. What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone? An image of Sungmin dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. Irk. But what if something happened? You spent a couple minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord, or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's hyper-realistic cake. Yeah. Cake. Yeah. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize that you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate's on the floor looking as if he collapsed a few minutes prior, and guess that's probably what happened too. You waste no time, clearly walk up to him. Hey? Hello? Hey! Ugh, no need to yell. Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired. Do you need... But you hungry? If you need help showering, I can help you. I can help you with that. And I'm hungry. Now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells badly. Awfully. You might even say abhorrently. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms of the word bad gets interrupted by Sungmin slightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Hey. Geez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 a.m. at this point. And he just came from work? As just another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in a nice apartment, and you would lie if you said he didn't feel a twinge of jealousy, but what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy that you want to help this man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. I'll give you a hand in lots of ways. You stretch your hand towards collapsed Sungmin as you dumbfoundedly looks back at you, finally grabs with his and heavily gets up. Hey, there you go. Okay, you go shower now and I'll go make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yes, I am. For once. But you seriously better go before you stink up the place or I change my mind. Alright, okay. Before you can say anything, Sungmin promptly disappears behind the bathroom door. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second, you wonder if you should really put Sungmin's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That thing's probably seen more blood than your blood vessels have in your entire lifetime. You immediately start checking the drawers and cupboards, search for ingredients. You and Sungmin haven't really divided to the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyway, you took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored all of your things in there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize, apart from condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. Well, let's eat people then. In fact, most cupboards designated for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him, but this now feels really bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you can make anything with your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day when you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of a drawer, there's nothing you could turn to a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is, I guess. You pick a random pork flavor package and start cooking. Hey, oh, wait, we got a cooking minigame? Oh, shit! Okay, I see you. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, okay, put that in. Yeah, yeah. Yay! All done, I suppose. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of your pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse for a meal any better. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. You know, Megan the Stallion, she puts ground beef in her ramen, so maybe you can just put, like, ground human. You know, I'm sure it'll be good. An idea that's so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. What if you made some human meat for him to go together with his ramen? You don't even have to look in the freezer to know full containers of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty, and yours just has some occasional milk and eggs in there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off instant ramen and human meat. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Sungmin's dietary choice at the moment. He'll probably be out of the shower soon. You have to decide. You know what? This is our official housewife application, so let's cook the human meat. I'm trying to see something. I'm here for the drama. Well, he is a cannibal. It'd only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You then absentmindedly take out the pan and start your typical process of frying meat. Heat up the pan, pour some oil. By the time you're supposed to put the meat in the pan, you relax enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut into thin slices, leaving you just with the easy part of the job. After a couple minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Pork. We're gonna get the pork later, if you know what I mean. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it was pork after all? What in the... Hey! Yes, I'm pregnant. No, you can't touch my... His fashion is so real. What is that t-shirt choice? It's fashion. I would wear that. I am so 100% serious. Sungmin, yes. Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated someone? No, I haven't. Well, we can change that tonight. I couldn't find anything, so I make some cup ramen, and I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glass from the bathroom, please? Oh, your glasses? I'll take over the cooking. Yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Yeah. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, you almost feel like a dream. Or a nightmare. Regardless, you're just happy that you're not the one frying in the pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Yeah. Let's look for the glasses. Where are the glasses? Why is there a tooth? Why is he on his period? Why is... Okay. Oh, I'm flopping. Hey. Oh, hey. Got him. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. You put the glasses in front of him. Ah, thank you. The man gratefully nods at you, but hesitantly grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. What does it taste like? Why do you need a housemate? Why do you eat people? Why'd you collapse earlier? Very curious about all of these. I'll ask why collapsed. I'll be considerate. Hey, why'd you collapse like that earlier? He raises his eyebrows as if he just asked a very obvious question that you already know the I mean, he's like exhausted. And you do. Well, I was hungry. That much that you collapse? Seems like your workplace isn't really overworking you, huh? Damn, okay, well, I fucked, okay. Your workplace doesn't nowadays? Fair enough. But still, maybe you should change companies. I feel like one day this amount we're working will put you in the grave. You know what? Maybe you do have a point. Really? I've stayed at this company for a tad too long. They'll probably start getting suspicious about their higher-ups and clients disappearing soon. They're what? It's decided then. Tomorrow I start sending my application to new company. You do that! Good for you! Thanks, you're welcome! Ah, yes, you're welcome. You want to bring his earlier comment up, but his face looks too full of newfound determination that you realize it's already too late. You spend the next few moments in silence as someone finishes his food, and you, absorbed by your own little world, stare out the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation almost seems too funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night at every single day. But now you're here, sitting in this clean, cozy kitchen, with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you much rather prefer this to your homeless life. Hey, Plum. Yeah? Huh. Thanks for the meal. You're welcome. Ah, yes, of course. Well, I'll probably head to bed after doing the dishes. Well, there's still time to sleep. You should probably do the same, though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you already have that puffy morning face. Oh. Well, at least he's honest. But he also is right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting with him there. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want a second job. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin. I mean, you could do the dishes while he's eating, you know. Good night, Plum. Good night. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep with the warm embrace of your bed. The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to the encounter with Sungmin. That day, he is... should we try to seduce the cannibal? I mean, it's this channel. You already know that I am actually like trying to make every single killer and monster fall in love with me. So yeah, he's charming. You can't lie. There's something about him. Something that strangely attracts you despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. The fact almost makes you feel ashamed. You don't let it fully get to you though, as your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far bigger than your sense of shame. Something else is even far bigger. The previous night only ignited your morbid attraction towards him even more too. You wonder why. You spend the whole day thinking about it and you don't notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Oh, seriously? Again? He hasn't even been full day, for God's sake. This time you don't even waste time sitting around, immediately get up and swing the door open as you step into the hall. Well, I think he brought a new person because he's out of meat, so he gotta restock. You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that wasn't there before. Something red. Ah, it's just a corpse. Wait, a corpse? Seems like you somehow jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather lack thereof, you guess that Sungmin has probably decided to restock. Exactly. Geez, this one looks really rough. Why would you need to tie it up though? Please. Oh, oh, I cannot handle this kind of moral dilemma. What the? All right, okay, it seems like the corpse is not so dead. Spare me! I haven't done anything! Right. And what are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with desperate plea in her eyes, her arms and legs tied up with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were really ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not gonna hurt me, are you? Let me think about it. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, the woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. But this is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck, and you know her fate better than anyone. Well, he said that's the higher-ups and clients, so I feel like he's being abused in corporate America, and he's taking it up on the 1%. You know, eat the rich quite literally. So, you know, maybe she isn't so innocent. But do you really have a right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? What's your name? It's Plum. You do not okay, so we're not letting her go now because you've told her your name. So I guess thank you for making the decision easy. It's Alicia. It's I'd say nice to meet you, but it's probably not the best time for that, huh? He's keeping you prisoner here, isn't he? Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Come on, two people are stronger than one. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. I promise that no harm will come your way. I might not look it, but I'm quite agile, you know? You really don't want to risk being the one eaten instead. Oh, come on, you don't see that? I'm scared? Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Plum, please. I really do. I really don't want to die. So how far are we willing to go for the D? You know, would you kill a woman for some cannibal dake? And what does not saving her entail? I'm like, sorry, bestie. I feel like if we want to make this man fall in love with us, we have to fully commit. Girl, disclaimer, I would not be doing this in this real situation. But you know what? Sometimes the D is just a little bit. I'm sorry, baby girl. Nah, I'm good. You're on your own. Oh shit. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? You insignificant. See, I knew it. I knew that she was not a good person. I feel like he only targets like mean-ass bitches. Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sungmin creeps out of the bathroom. He slowly slinks up behind Alicia and... Oh. Oh, wow. Sungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse. Though you doubt that she'd have any chance in the first place being tied up and all. That's why I'm like, I feel like I don't even know if I can help her, and he'd probably just get mad at me. And, you know, she'd be the same. Hi. I like he had time to put the apron on. This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout. At first, his remark confuses you until you glance down at Alicia. Alicia, I keep saying her name different. That definitely is one way to call her. Corpse. Hey, Plum. You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent. Okay, what the fuck? So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together. Yeah, we could share too. Well, that's definitely out of character. On one hand, he feels too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. Hell yeah, let's do it. But now, who knows? Maybe it'll be a good bonding opportunity. Yeah, and no more killing will happen. Yes. Right. I don't think so, but sure. Let's do it. Well, it's not like Alicia is your friend or anything. You have no qualms about helping Sungmin cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Sungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef though, so stand back. Uh-huh. You both make your way to the kitchen, and without beating around the bush, you can beat around a different bush, you know. All right, let's chop up Alicia. Oh, I might just beat it up. What is happening? I'm just punching. Oh, okay, I just punched the carrot until it's okay. That's great. Beat that onion up. Beat it up. Hell yeah. Oh wait, that's a cute tattoo. I feel like eating... Did cannibals... I feel like there's a cannibal at some point who said that eating tattoo... Was it like Jeffrey... Okay, I'm so sorry. Isn't like... One of like the famous cannibals was like eating people with tattoos is boot nasty. So I don't know, you know, we could cut around it. But... You know, maybe he prefers the taste. I don't know. Seems like our landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. Hell yeah. Well, you already helped him cook human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. You nod as Sungmin as he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry. Yay! You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma of the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances around the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot, and heavy, yet sweet, mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. Oh, the human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing. You nearly forgot that this curry is topped off with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. Okay, why'd you pick Alicia specifically? How did you even have an urge to do this? What's your backstory? What's up with your word? Okay. It's one of these two I want to know. I don't know. I'm curious about Alicia, but I guess tell me the backstory. What's your, backstory? What kind of question even is that? A regular one, you bitch? You know, tell me about what got you to this point, about your life. Well, it all started when I was born. I feel like that's pretty common. In a town where I grew up to 2 loving parents. Then I went to school and graduated. That's it. What did you expect? True. What did you expect? As the conversation slows into a comfortable silence, Seungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified at the choices that you made to get yourself to this point? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all those things, but fuck, you really made some killer curry. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrot, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal, regular person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not regular. We didn't take our normal pills. Maybe there are 2 sides of you fighting for dominance. A devil and an angle. Or was it angler? Antler, doesn't matter. That food is kicking and you're a pro chef behind it. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Seungmin seems to be enjoying it too, you think. His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. You'd say that dinner went pretty well. So in fact, that the 2 of you go on have so many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Before you know it, your relationship with him actually progresses into something more romantic. Oh, you 2 officially become partners. You let Seungmin cook, and perhaps that's what set you on this path towards destiny, towards the day that Seungmin proposes to you. You don't expect it. The abrupt nature of it when he slips the ring off on your dinner finger. When he slips the ring off of your dinner's finger and gets down on his knees. He gets down on his knees. Both of them? Hang on. Hey. The ring just isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, I feel called out. I feel personally attacked. All of your simping pays off. Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. Aww. All the meats and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare and wonder. Or rather in fear? No, they're probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with Seungmin, the 2 of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting, and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Seungmin has successfully rizzed you. Or was it you who rizzed him? Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage. Yay! You got ending My Housemate version 1, and you didn't even fall off a cliff. Yeah. Oh, could that have been an option? Yay. Well, that was super sweet. I hope that you enjoyed. If you're curious about the other endings, or if you feel like you would have made different decisions, make sure to go get the game for yourself and let me know in the comments how it goes, what ending you got, everything about that. Thank you again for the code. That was super sweet of you. And this game was so cute. I've linked down below where you can get it. They did not ask me to do that. I'm just doing that. So make sure to check it out. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And you should totally check out the Too Funny Horror Game video. Again, another kind of horror comedy, plus I like seduce people I shouldn't. If you want something a little bit more serious, look at the bad parenting gameplay. That was intense. And I'm gonna see you next time. Bye-bye!